Hello everyone, this is Wings,
And Dorjan 24.
bringing you episode 2 of Let's Learn World of Tanks.
Now I hear and understand that you've been playing a lot of World of Tanks since our last learn.
I've been averaging about 12 hours plus a day.
I see since our last lessons your victory rate has gone down. You've been missing out on some important lessons as you've been going up the tier groups. But I'm
Oh,
glad that you like it. That's the most important thing.
yes, I still have found time to do airmet casting. I actually had like 30 viewers that were actual viewers last night, so
Nice.
I'm not throwing away casting for this game, but I have actually fully abandoned Dota and my Natural Selection 2 team for this.
Awesome. No, it's really cool. I really enjoy World of Tanks as a game, and I love casting it. It's really cool. And I also enjoy Air Mech and Dota, so you can split yourself between them. You've got to really pace yourself. I, generally speaking, try and only max myself up with a couple of games, but soon hopefully I can do a couple more. But yeah, as you know, if you really want to learn a game, you've got to dedicate a lot of time to it. Okay, Wings, we're going down to there. Okay.
Okay.
Right, the reason we want to take there is that we have got great gun depression, which means we can look down with these tanks really nicely over hills, leaving only the top of the turret visible to the opponents. This allows us to do a lot of damage with very little chance of the enemy hitting us back, and if they do, or they're aiming towards us, we can just pull back, reverse ever so slightly, and then they can't see us at all. So we come forward, take a shot, reverse, and we just annoy them. And that's these sort of tanks. I call them skirmishers, where they annoy the enemy. They try to make themselves not the target, and then they do the damage. If you're the target, you die, as you know. If you're not the target, you can produce a lot of damage. Now, this T25 is waiting for people to do this, and we're probably going to take a few shots. So let's just wiggle a little bit, not too much, and try and get up this hill where the A20 just went. CT Jack.
All
Go,
right.
go.
I'm going as fast as I can. Oh dear lord. Oh, I've been hit.
Keep going, keep going. You're okay. Right, the thing with these skirmishers is that your HP is not as important because the idea is you're not going to get hit. The idea is that you're going to harass the enemy.
And the artillery knows where we are, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now let's just come up here.
Right, don't go out when they're expecting you, because if they do that, then you'll get shot. There you go, artillery. That's how you dodge it. You keep moving. And not necessarily predictably. Okay, stay near the top there, by that hill, where you just drove over there. How do they spot us? Didn't actually expect us to be eyeing them.
Okay, so... Wow, that guy suicided into him.
Oh, bloody artillery, really aiming for me. They really wanted me. But I just did a lot of damage to that Churchill 1, that tier 5. So basically now you want to be popping over this hill and take that shot there. You can get him.
Got him.
Keep moving. What you want to do now is try and drive directly... if you turn your tank to the left there... Okay, don't worry. Reverse. No! Yeah, you're dead. Oh!
Oh!
Yeah. The artillery really were focusing on us then. What we should have done, reacting to that massive amount of artillery, I thought we were taking 1 or 2 shots from the artillery. I didn't realize they were focusing everything on us. We should have come back down the hill and been where I was. I know I died to artillery at the end there, but where we were there, if we let the enemy come around the corner to us, it would have been much better. However, we did a lot of damage. The Churchill 1 up there, I managed to take down a good 200 health, plus the T28 you took out, and the enemy scout we took out. So we did quite a bit of damage, but I wouldn't say we put our weight in. So we actually got to hope that the teammates did better for us. The trouble with these skirmishers, they're hard to play, easy to hurt, harder to produce the damage. We had no one on the top of that hill who could absorb the damage. So we're using the terrain to our max, and we did do that. If there was no artillery, we had that won. We had that fight won. As you noticed, we were winning the DPS war with the actual tanks. It was the artillery that you pointed out that really did hurt.
Yes. Fortunately, though, we do get rid of that the Churchill 1, but also unfortunately, there are 3 tier 5s left versus our 1 tier 5 and um, tier 4s. But I guess in the advantage, if we have good artillery players, that Bison will actually be able to penetrate whatever sits still for more than 5 seconds.
Yeah, and even when they're not, with the artillery, it's the shots is often quite random. So even if they're moving, they can move into your shots, and it's one of them things. You just keep moving and hope for the best. I stayed still for that split second too long. Even my head, the thoughts that were going through my mind as that shot hit me was I was reloading, and I was thinking, this is a risky shot. This is a risk. I've fired already 5 shots. This 6th shot, I could probably pull off and back off before I die. That was the last thought I had in my head before the shell hit me and I died. So I knew I was taking the risk. I knew that I was taking the extra risk. I thought it was worth it. Obviously, didn't pay off. And then with me dead, you got overwhelmed because the artillery switched from me to you.
Along with the two tanks on top of the hill.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think this Matilda might be able to kill whoever's coming up.
Probably lost now. The Black Prince could be a good player, but where is he? Thing is, he's really far back, and that probably means that he's a bad player. He didn't come back; he's just been back. However, he's in a clan, and he's with a gold tank, so there's a chance that he's got lots of experience. But no, definitely not. Look what he's doing. He left cover and is randomly shooting the T-25. He's not even angling his front against him. He's leaving his engine block wide open. And he's going to take a lot of damage where he just didn't need to take any damage whatsoever.
And now it's the one versus the army.
Oh, he's already dead.
He's gone. There we go.
He'd already signed his death warrant. You can tell by players' movements and positionings how good they are. But it was an okay battle. We did okay. I would expect to see us mid-table.
And yep.
Yeah. So we didn't win the battle, but we probably didn't lose it either.
But the best part about this premium, even though at the higher tier, which I'm pretty sure this is what you were referencing, that you can actually get higher with premium a lot quicker, even with that cost of the tank and everything else, I got 2,000 out of it versus regular I would only have 879.
This battle for me, profit, was 10,000.
You had a 10,000 profit?
10,000 profit after reloading and after repairing.
How do you make so much money?
Let's have a look at the details, okay? Look at the details of my tank compared to yours. Let's do it. Okay, Dorjan did 574 damage, 8 shots, 8 penetrating hits. You did 58 damage with 3 shots, 2 penetrating.
Ah.
Damage dealt. I kept getting around the back of them. I kept doing the damage and was in the position where I could do the DPS. Although I died, I did a lot more damage. It still wasn't a great amount of damage. If we look at it, I had, was it 440 health? Yeah? So I did more damage than I was worth, in theory. But because of the tier grouping and probably skill levels of the people around us, I definitely didn't do more than I could have. There was... The artillery really swung it in their favor. That's the reason I died. I kind of neglected the artillery. I kind of fudge the artillery. I'll just do this anyway. And that cost me my death. I could have played a lot better. And so this is the important points about mentality. Try and think about how you could have improved, and stop blaming the team. I know you don't, but this is the for the audience. It's the case of a lot of people blame their team. The team sucked, blah blah blah. Well, even if you did really well, and I was in the top 5, I still feel like I could have won the game for us if I did things a bit differently. If I didn't take that extra shot, if I didn't sit there at the top of the hill and take 2 hits from artillery. There were several bits there where I took a lot of damage where I didn't need to, and I could have done 1,000+ damage. And if I did that, their team on the hill could have died, and if the team on the hill died, there's nothing left to scout us. The artillery wouldn't have been able to kill you and me. Well, there you go.
Just going to take a quick look at the research panel here, and I do have enough to get the gun that I wanted, right? No. No, I don't.
Keep going.
I'm 700 off.
Oh, let's get a good battle then.
I know that the next gun up actually makes a significant impact. The final gun for the Crusader.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll check what gun I've got in a second. Right. The first thing you read with this battle is that we're bottom. Bottom. We're harasser on a tier 7 battlefield, and we're a tier 5 harasser with no armor whatsoever. The great thing about this, though, our battle plan doesn't change. Because we don't have armor and we don't rely on armor, we don't change our strategy. We can't say ever in a Crusader, we'll just drive forward and take the damage and kick ass. You've always got to play smart, always, even against lower tiers, because everything can hurt you. So we're playing the exact same game as if we were against tier, 5s. However, we don't expect to do very much at all. I have the 57mm armor piercing gun. 75 damage with 110 penetration. You can find this details out by holding down control and with the hand hovering over the shell.
I've got the 105 penetration, 75 damage, 57mm. So is that the same gun?
How much? Sorry, how much damage?
Damage 75, pin 105.
105. It's 5 less than mine, so it must be a different gun.
Yep, I have the one that's before yours.
Right, so what we want to do here is stay behind the heavier tanks and try to not be the target. The trouble is with being a squishy target like this, that the enemies will see you and get the free kill. They're like, okay, there's a guy there, if I shoot twice, he's going to die, and that's going to be a free kill for me to make me look good, even though it was, something that doesn't really, matter. The great thing, though, is that the artillery shouldn't worry about us, and they shouldn't target us. Remember, the Crusader is great on a hill. Look down upon the hill.
Okay.
There's a lot of things looking up here, so be careful.
Yeah, that... Oh, we can actually pierce that KV-2.
Oh, shit.
Penetration. That one didn't go
Come on.
through.
Yes, someone did. Get out, get out. Right, we don't want to abandon our tier 7 here. Okay, remember there's only 3 tier 7s on either team. So we don't want to abandon him. We want to either take a shell for him or do some damage while he's being distracting. If he dies because we all abandoned him, that means we're going to lose anyway, even if we don't die.
All right.
See, look at that KV-1 trying to flank him.
Enemy is hit.
We're here and he can't see it. Right, he's dead.
I'm dead.
This vehicle is had it.
The KV-1 got me.
Still, that Tiger was looking at us. And he got hit by artillery because he was sitting still looking at us. The artillery got me. You know what I said about the artillery probably will ignore us? No. They want that free kill. And that's the trouble with being a low tier. The enemy bad players will actually take you out because they think, knock out that cheap gun that can't do anything. And so, unfortunately, this sort of stuff happens. It looks like we're doing okay in some parts, but we're too spread out. We might still lose. That VK 601 is rushing down here for no reason. What's he doing? He's saying, help me, and drove forward. You've got to realise or think, if you're that player, what are you trying to achieve? You've put yourself out of position, your teammates can't help you.
You just got sandwiched.
You got start sandwich, but it did cost the Cromwell its life, so it's okay. I have no idea what the KV-1 just shouted that. Unless he's talking about the guy who just suicided. Our Panzer 5 M10 is actually a special tank. If I remember rightly, that's a... what tank is that? I'm thinking that's the tank that you get when you purchase the game. It could be a gold tank, though. I can't remember.
No, it's a bundle tank.
What, sorry?
It's a bundle tank.
Yeah, okay. So it's a decent tank, and it's either a good player or a bad player. It's normally extremes with these sort of players, with these sort of purchases.
Also,
But have a look at our Deadeye.
Hmm?
Look at the